Well, hello, hello. Cindy here over at Ask Cindy Connector Live. Make sure that you follow me on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. And I have my friend Scott here. So, a little bit about the show. I love paying it forward. And about 10 years ago, one of my friends named me as Ask Cindy Connector. And 3 years ago, I started the show. And over a month ago, we've been live. So, just a little quick plug for StreamYard. If you are a small to medium sized business and you want to get your name out there, you can have a show very similar to this. Make sure that you go to StreamYard.com to check it out. So I have my friend Scott Backus. He is in the house cooking it up. How are you doing, Scott?
Hey, Cindy, I'm good.
So tell us a little backstory about Pampered Chef and also about your career.
Cool. So Pampered Chef is an awesome company, started in 1980. A former teacher, she taught home economics, but she was also very savvy, kind of business-minded entrepreneur herself. And so she realized that there are lots of awesome cooking techniques that the average home cook doesn't know. She took a little bit of her husband's life insurance money and went down, the only time the company's ever been in debt, went down to the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. And among some of the products that she got that day were a pizza stone and an anchor hocking batter bowl.
Wow.
So pizza stone evolved into one that we're going to use. So here's a rectangle stone. The original pizza stone she had was round, but she took it home. They let her kind of check it out. That's not a very common thing for a store to do. But she took it home and she was so excited when she brought it back and she said, how amazing this thing is. So she had an eye for products. She did in the way of Mary Kay Ash and Tupperware and a Princess House on the East Coast. She did a direct home sale line, and the company has had an amazing 2020. With more people cooking at home, we're just doing incredibly well. So we need more consultants, and I'd happily talk with somebody about that. So I started Pampered Chef 16 years ago. I'm a career music teacher, and I had just had an unusual conversation with a principal where the music program was challenged. There were many other things in the school that were making it hard. And he said to me, gosh, maybe at this school, we just don't have a regular music program. My wife had a Pampered Chef show, and it was the first time that I attended one. It was fun. Everybody's elbowing me, hey, Scott, you should do this. So it was about a year after that I started with the company. But my entrepreneurial kind of part started about a year before that. Another teacher at the same school shared with me a business selling communication services, high-speed internet, telephone lines. We attached to the no longer now Sprint company. And so the trick with that company is you had to pay for your advertising. So I spent everything I made in advertising and coming up with flyers to tell people about the business. In my first month with Pampered Chef, I made more than I did all year with the other company.
Oh, wow. Congrats.
So it's an amazing company. This year, my team is growing, and my paycheck grows as well. So it's an awesome thing.
That's awesome.
I've taught school for 35 years. I enjoy it. School during COVID is not a lot of fun. Not much fun for the students, not much fun for the teachers. So imagine teaching music where typically in a regular rehearsal, we're working on timing, we're working on instant pitch recognition. There's no way to do that with the laptop. So we do pretty well. The kids have a lot of fun, and we're looking forward to being able to get back soon.
And you're a music teacher, right?
I am a music teacher, it's true.
That's really cool. I actually did that in high school. I played the clarinet for about 5 years.
There you go. I went to college to study to be a professional clarinet player. And in college, I realized that those were my people. So my people were the people, and all about others, and I like helping others. What's funny is I went to college right at the time that Doris Christopher was starting, and I went to college in Chicagoland. So twice I drove by a building called the Pampered Chef, and I was like, I love to cook. I should go see what that's about. and I didn't. And then I kind of happened onto it. And I haven't done the math ish 20 years later. So I want to say the company just passed its 40th anniversary. I think that we're in that year.
Congrats.
So amazing.
So what are you cooking for us today?
So we're going to do a from scratch pizza dough. This is Pampered Chef's 5-ingredient pizza dough using Greek yogurt. We're going to do a little nudge with it with an awesome Pampered Chef product. This is called enrichables. In the dough, we're going to add some protein. Because we're going to do mostly a veggie pizza, some of the protein is going to come from the dough. What's amazing about this protein, it's not whey, it is pea protein. So it's another
I love that.
Yeah. And so you taste a tiny bit. It's I don't know. I don't find it objectionable. And then in the sauce, we're actually going to bump up the nutrition as well with our other enrichable. This one is kale and fiber. So it uses chicory root as well as kale. It is super powerful. So you don't want to start using a lot when you use it. So this envelope, I would break into quarters when I first use it. I'm at the place now where myself in a smoothie, I can dump the whole envelope in. But initially, you want to take it easy because it's a powerful fiber. So different.
Wait a minute. Did you say smoothie?
Yeah, absolutely. So
you can use that for a smoothie in addition.
Yes, both of these can go in a smoothie.
Wow.
So that's a subscription thing that's new for Pampered Chef. We have 2 of them now. So one of them is the enrichables. Here's how they come now. So they come in this large pouch, and they have a little tiny serving cup, kind of like other supplements that you get in the big canister. So there's the kale and fiber, and here is the pea protein. So I just haven't used my other ones up yet, so those will be next. And then others I just adore, and this is a product actually that I had some help in designing, is called our Taste Buds. Okay, so Taste Buds is a monthly subscription. During November, we had, I've got December here. So during November, I've got December and I've got January. December, there were some savory things. In December, I haven't made any of these yet, with our bell pepper, our Dijon mustard, our lemon pepper rub. So the notion is that we give you an amazing, this is like a third of a jar of one of our seasonings, plus recipes of what you can do with it. So January is garlic month. So month's recipes for January: garlic goodness, steak and cauliflower skillet, lemon garlic veggie bowls, white bean kale and chicken sausage stew. And so then they give you awesome seasonings, so try them. And then a couple of days ago, I made a bread. It's kind of similar to the dough that we're using now. And I put some of the garlic herb seasoning in it, and it's just so good. So let's get cooking. These are almost perfect. So this is a little bit of sweated onion. And as you just heat the onion up, I did use a little bit of butter, so I'm not being entirely vegan here. But as I sweated these up, the onions get a little sweet. And so you're basically kind of enhancing the natural sugars that are in there. I remember when my mom would cook, she would add sugar when she did onions, but it's not necessary.
Oh, really? Yeah, because it has its own caramelization.
Absolutely. And there it goes, and you can see it on the edges there. So we'll let those go on just a little lower heat, and that's going to go on our pizza too. So this is a sauce that I made, and we'll put it on here shortly. And that is just
smell-o-vision. Oh, I could smell that all the way here in California.
Just a yummy tomato sauce.
Oh my Lord.
Using so Italian plum tomatoes that are crushed, as well as some sun-dried tomato, and then Pampered Chef's Italian seasoning. Super simple. The little tiny bit of oil that you see in there is from the sun-dried tomato, and it's gosh, it smells good. So gonna get some of that. Yum. So, and it's awesome. Tonight is pizza night at our house. So typically we go to the take and bake place. And so my wife sent me the text, hey, what do you want on pizza tonight? I'm like, you know what? I'm making pizza at 3 o'clock. So Okay,
Awesome.
let's get going on this dough, and then I'll get it topped and we'll get it in the oven. I don't know if I'll get to pull it out of the oven and show it to you because I think we'll be out of time. Okay, so we are at 1.5 cups of flour. So I'm using the Pampered Chef food prep bowl. For the longest time, we only sold the 1 cup prep bowl and then our small and our large batter bowls. So the batter bowls have changed since the initial one that we sold. And so this is the product notion you get that Doris Christopher brought in her original shows.
Wow.
What's cool about the batter bowl is every time you end up mixing something, it sort of ends up here. You get more stability when you bring it against yourself. So Pampered Chef with the handle on the outside. And so the other cool thing about glass is you can see if everything is mixed. So I'm going to grab that bigger one. So anyway, we only had the 1 cup prep bowl. And I said to Pampered Chef, I said, hey, if we go from this to the 4 cup mixing batter bowl, why not have something in between? When I grew up in the 70s and 80s, we had those glass bowls. I think they were rectangle shaped and they had a glass lid that went on top. Can you give us something like that? So within 6 months, Pampered Chef added the 2 cup and the 3 cup food prep bowls. So I feel cool that I had some influence on some of what we do. Okay, so I'm going to use that to measure. And these are gross measurements. They're not super, super specific the way it usually would be for baking. So there is 1.5 cups. Because my cup was pretty heavy, I'm going to be light on my half of all-purpose flour. So then baking powder, we need a teaspoon measure.
Can you show the Pampered Chef teaspoon?
We do. I don't have them, unfortunately. We moved to this house 4.5 years ago, and some things still have not been unpacked, actually. So,
I know what that's like.
My bride has her preferences, and we're using what she likes. So, happy wife, happy life. Okay. So we're doing 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. 1.5 teaspoons is also half a tablespoon. And you know what? I'm a good guy at estimating, and I'm going to do that. So to me, that is half a tablespoon. 1.5 teaspoons. We're going to do a half teaspoon of salt. And I love using sea salt. Half a teaspoon, excuse me, 1/4 teaspoon. I need time for new glasses. Half a teaspoon of baking soda. Need to open a new one. Those are for the fridge. Baking soda is super inexpensive. You shouldn't even pay $1 for it. They only had one of these left on the shelf that was less than $1, and then I got the over $1 ones to put in my fridge. Okay, we're at 1/4 teaspoon. I was right, of baking soda. So what I like about baking soda is it's got that extra tab on the box. Use that to scrape and flatten out your measure. So I start it a little bit heaping, and then I get it to be flat just using that tab on the top of the box.
Oh, yeah. And that's an old school container, too. I remember that from the 70s.
Okay, so then we just use our whisk to kind of pull it together a little bit. And then I use a wooden spoon when we're actually mixing the dough. So dry ingredients, kind of sifting them together. This aerates the flour. It makes it a little bit lighter.
Okay.
Okay, we're doing 1 cup of, it says 2% low-fat Greek yogurt. I think I have fat-free. I'm not sure. And you can choose to use herb flavoring. I think I'm just going to leave it plain. When I did this over December, there's some pictures of it on my Facebook page. It was so good. Fast, easy. So the difference I'm going to do now versus what I did in December is I'm going to roll it thinner. because it
Oh,
definitely proofs up in the oven. And a quarter tablespoon of olive or canola oil to grease the stone. Cornmeal is another trick. How's broccoli looking? Broccoli's looking good. Okay, our veg is ready. We need some yogurt. 6 ounces is not quite a cup. We need 8. So I need more than one of these. So it's interesting how yogurt came to be. I have actually made my own yogurt. One of the Pampered Chef electrics is on sale this month, and that is our quick cooker. And yogurt is actually pretty simple to make. You warm up some milk and you add, so I'm just going to dump this in. There's a little bit of liquid, honestly, but I'm going to use that in the dough. Come on, there it goes. And we need about 2 ounces of this other one. So I like how this Faye brand has the paper on top. I don't know, it feels very authentic or something. A little extra, a little special. Okay, I think we're at 8 ounces of yogurt. Nice. And you can add a little more flour if you need to. Okay.
I'm trying to look for Casey's page. Do you remember Casey Everhart's group page?
So I don't remember it offhand. I know he's got an awesome networking event on Thursday. And then this Saturday, isn't that his weekend, 16th and 17th? I want to call it Networking Riches, but I think that's his Saturday or his Thursday 3 o'clock event.
Networking Riches is Saturday, Sunday.
Okay, cool. Looking forward to that.
Oh, definitely. That's how we met. So great.
It is. I am really grateful too. You've helped me so much, and so has Casey. So just got a fun card from him. That's a good thing.
Good.
Okay, so this has almost come together. There's still a little bit of bits in the bottom of the bowl, but that will work out as soon as I start working the dough. I'm going to try and move you with me over to a marble surface here.
Okay.
We'll find out what's plugged into what. Okay, let's bring this light. Ooh, I bet you can see me better, although that gets right in the way of where I'm trying to work. How does that work? Okay, that's not too bad. A little bit darker than I wish. But, ooh. We'll add this. Okay. Uh-oh, I lost you. Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, great. Okay, sorry, lull in the motion here. Okay, so believe it or not, this is a piece of Calcutta marble that's intended for like flooring. And so it's just a 2x4 piece that magically fits on the top of our kitchen island. So, nice. By the way, there is an awesome recipe that Pampered Chef has for cauliflower crust for people who are gluten-free. And this year we came up with a broccoli crust. So it's amazing. I'll put the video again up on my Facebook page. Okay. Promise my hands are clean. Okay. So kind of pull it together. I can feel how wet that is. And adding that little bit more flour to it. You can't quite see what I'm doing here. And now I'm covered with flour. Okay, can you see the dough?
Yes.
Cool. Cindy, what time are we at?
We are at 19:30 right now.
Okay, thank you. I will have
just thinking of how good this is going to taste.
This, so I can already feel the texture of the dough. It's just starting to kind of come together. I have probably about 3 more turns here.
Okay.
So flatten it. Pull the top over. Put your heels of your hand in. Turn. So that's the flatten it, pull the top over, put the heels of your hand in, and turn. Okay, just about there. I'm going to grab a rolling pin so I can get that thinner, because that was my one change up from what I had done a couple of weeks back. So Pampered Chef has an awesome marble rolling pin. So I look forward to adding that, but we have our tried and true that's worked for a long, long time. I grab a tiny bit of flour here. So having some flour close by, either in a spoon or here I've got it in one of the prep bowls, so you can put it on your hands. You can put it on the rolling pin as well.
Yeah.
And I can feel how bulky that is here on the left side. And also kind of thinking about what ultimate shape this is going to be. Artisan pizza is not particularly round. It's the roller saying, hey, I need some more flour, please. Let's do a tiny bit. The other way, when you're dusting, don't put it down low, but come from up high, and it just kind of naturally scatters more. You get a lighter coating. Same thing, cinnamon, if you're making cinnamon rolls, or so. Wow, looks like we're getting a triangle-shaped pizza. It's going to be really yummy.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're there. And I'm just going to kind of push it near the edge and then leave a little ridge. I'm going to kind of pull some of that back on the far side because that will hold ingredients, specifically sauce. I'm definitely likes the sauce guy for pizza. Okay.
Can you do a recap for my audience what you're doing right now?
Absolutely. So we've assembled the dough, the ingredients of the dough, and we've rolled it out. And so now what we're going to do is top the pizza with the pizza ingredients. So this is a much lower cal veggie pizza. So we're starting with some delicious tomato sauce. This is canned Italian plum tomatoes that are crushed. And to that, I added, I would say, a quarter cup of sun-dried tomatoes that are packed in oil. And that brings just a little tiny hint of oil to this. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. As well as about a tablespoon of Pampered Chef's Italian seasoning. So here comes.
Is there any sugar in there, or is it just the tomato and the seasoning?
There's no sugar at all. You know, my very favorite tomato sauce recipe, and I just didn't have time to make it for today, is to take any tomatoes. You can use store-bought, or it's so fantastic when you use the ones that you have grown yourself, and make a base, kind of a sauce base of some onions, some garlic, some seasoning, Italian seasoning, some salt, pepper, and like one onion, 2 or 3 cloves of garlic, and then just literally dump whole tomatoes in your crock pot.
Oh,
with this
wow.
stuff in the bottom. Cook it overnight, literally 14 hours. Around hour 10, you'll be thanking me and saying, gosh, can I eat it yet? Can I eat it yet? If
Can
you
we do
wait
that
till
on the next show and do two parts?
I'd be happy to.
Oh,
It's
God.
so
That's awesome.
it's stupendous, and it's just all natural. I mean, I was able to shop organic for this, and I love doing that. It's not something that I can always afford to do. So although organic is coming down in cost so much, so I got a little bit more tomato sauce. Okay, that looks good. So in keeping the calorie, as I look at it now, we forgot to put our pea protein in the dough. So, and we forgot to put our kaolin fiber in the sauce. Darn it. Let me think.
Put it in the sauce and put more sauce on top.
That works for me.
Yeah. I like a lot of sauce on mine. The joys of going live, right?
Absolutely. So I put in about almost half of the envelope. So that's a good tablespoon and a half of the kale and fiber into the pizza sauce. The way this is designed, all this is going to do is turn the sauce dark. So in about an hour, you'll notice the consistency has changed just a little bit, but you can't look at that and tell me that there's kale in it. You know, it just looks like a robust tomato sauce.
Oh, I love
And so it's a
kale.
little hide the veggies for anybody that's got little ones. This reminds me of Chicago deep dish pizza where they put the sauce down they put the cheese down first, don't they? That's on my to-do list also, is learn to make Chicago deep dish pizza.
Oh, wow.
I think I have to probably get back there a couple of times and study it though. So
We'll have to get some people together and do a little bucket list Chicago.
there we go.
Oh, that would be amazing.
So looking forward to Pampered Chef's incentive trip this year. That's Puerto Rico. Would love to go and
Nice.
help serve the economy of the country. Okay, so we are going to start with some green. So this is broccoli that I put in the microwave. I love the microwave for veggies. And so it's pretty cooked. In a perfect world, I wouldn't have probably cooked it all this much. We'll kind of spread that around a little bit.
Can we do it without cooking? Because I like all my vegetables al dente.
Absolutely you can, but it's broccoli and like carrots probably need some pre-cooked.
Yeah, because they're a little more firm.
Okay, then I'm going to use our veggie strip maker. So here's an awesome Pampered Chef tool. It's all plastic. A kid could use this. And our organic zucchini. And all I'm going to do is kind of rub it back and forth like an eraser on a chalkboard, dating myself.
Oh, wow.
And so there's some awesome, fresh, simple. I mean, imagine what that does for carrots, for carrot bread, carrot cake. So I use this when I'm making zucchini bread.
And how much is that? Is that a mandolin or what is that one?
So that one is called the Veggie Strip Maker. I believe it's at $9.99. I'm not positive. I am not up on my prices. So go to my website, pamperedchef.biz/cooking, the number one, better. So pamperedchef.biz/cooking one better, and hit the shop button and it will tell you the price. Something that we're doing now in the light of the pandemic is initially our sales were so strong we couldn't keep product in stock. And so they did the typical routine of going to back order, but that was very frustrating for customers and consultants. So what they're doing now, instead of that way, is they're doing a direct ship for everybody, and they're doing a so only products that are available are sold. So it is real-time shipping, I think is what it's called, a real-time inventory. So if you go to the website and say you want a Pampered Chef stone, well, our stones aren't going to be back until probably March.
Oh, so really? Bummer. I love the stones.
It'll say temporarily unavailable. Okay, so I have our Pampered Chef mandolin. This has been replaced by our Simple Slicer. The Simple Slicer is in a box that I haven't gotten to yet, along with my couple of my other demo items. So I'm going to use this. You know what? I love fresh garlic, so let's get a little of that going here too.
Wow.
So before I do the some peppers on top. So this is the awesome Pampered Chef garlic press. This one has been used so much.
Yes,
so what's so cool about it is you don't peel the garlic. You put the cloves in. By the way, a clove of garlic is just that much, not the head of garlic, which is whatever, 20 some cloves. And you just swish. And I love that like spray that comes out. And so a friend of mine studied with a chef in New Orleans who taught her that so that's all the garlic I'm going to use, that little tiny bit that kind of sprinkled on top. That's because that's a lot of heat. So I'm going to put the rest of this in our tomato sauce that's remaining and use that for those things. Okay, then here
We're right about 30 minutes.
Alrighty. So these don't have too many seeds in them. Let's get one red, one
Easy
orange.
peasy, huh?
Really are. And this one is red. Thank you for the 30 minutes update. And so the awesomeness of a mandolin. Are you seeing the pizza itself? So I love the color that brings and the crunch. So if you wanted to, you could put walnuts on this a little bit. And then the other thing that will save fat but still give you that pizza goodness, on Parmesan cheese, you can buy it shredded.
Oh,
This is what's called shaved. So by having the shaved Parmesan, you can kind of place it, but that's paper thin.
I would like gorgonzola and mascarpone on mine. That would be
there. You go. Yum. Okay, that just doesn't take very much, and you're saving so many calories in not layering on the cheese. So,
yeah, just for a little flavor.
And as promised, Cindy said some cilantro with extra for her.
Extra cilantro.
So I generally put that on at the end, but I'll put some both on at the beginning and at the end.
Nice.
Oh, I love that smell. So cilantro is also known as coriander. So coriander is the, I don't know, seed version sometimes, and I love the smell of cilantro. Okay, that is ready. And so I'm going to use a older tool to pick this up and put it on our stone. This was a huge spatula. Right now we do have our pizza peel.
Oh my God, I want one of those. I definitely want one of those. So what's the price point? Do you know, or I could just go to the website?
This you'd have to go find like on eBay or such. It's no longer in the product line. So, but our pizza peel would do this for now. So, oh, that cilantro smells so good, Cindy.
Oh, you're killing me. My favorite herb. That and tarragon.
There you go. Together, tarragon's like yummy
liquid. Have you used basil on this too? Have you used basil?
Basil would absolutely work well.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my stone. It said to oil it, but my stone is so well seasoned.
That is money right there. That is nice and crispy, and it's perfect for a pizza. I like using that for a whole chicken as well. It's really crispy.
There you go. And so then there's a little tiny bit of our grilled onions on top.
Oh my Lord.
That's going to bring some of the sweetness.
I haven't ate since 11, just to let you know.
Oh my gosh. I'll have to super fast express this to you when it's done.
Well, did you want to come on later after your meeting and show the finished product?
I'd be happy to if that's best for you, or I can do it on my Facebook page. What works for you?
Yeah, you could come back on.
Okay, so I'll send you a text and we'll put that together.
Okay. Oh wow, those veggies look so good.
Yay! So that's
Have you tried the sun-dried tomatoes on there? That would probably be good.
So I did put them in the sauce. That was a little of the.
Oh, nice.
So. All righty. Well, I will see you then in an hour and a half or so with the finished product.
And then we could talk about Casey Everhart because you attended his last event in November. So we'll talk more about that.
I did. Casey is such an amazing human. So
we'll see you a little bit later then.
Oh, thank you, Cindy. Bye-bye.
See you later.
Bye, everybody.
So we are going to be back with Scott. This is Cindy over at Ask Cindy Connector Live. Make sure that you go to Facebook/Better Cooking with Scott, and also follow me on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. We'll see you here just in a little bit.